In this edition of Legal Remedies, my talk will focus on the topic of legal rights of a woman in a live-in relationship. A couple is said to be in a live-in relationship when they start living and cohabiting without marriage. Such an arrangement, of course, is usually entered into by consent, generally to test compatibility between the couples intending to marry or simply to avoid the commitments of a formal marriage. Over the years, this concept of live-in relations has gone on to the extent of being accepted by the society, though not at large. That it was for the first time, as far back as in the year 1927, that the courts identified and acknowledged the existence of live-in relationships. It was in the case of A. Dinohemy, it was held that where a man and woman are proved to have lived together as husband and wife, the law will presume, unless the contrary is clearly proved, that they were living together in consequence of a valid marriage and not in a state of concubinage. In the case of Gokal Chand, later on in the year 1952, the Honorable Supreme Court observed that continuous cohabitation of man and a woman as husband and wife and their treatment as such for a number of years may raise the presumption of marriage. The question whether living together of a man and woman as husband and wife for a considerable length of time would raise the presumption of a valid marriage was considered again by the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the case of Chand Munia, and the Honorable Supreme Court conclusively held that where partners live together as husband and wife, a presumption would arise in favor of a wedlock. In terms of the judgment in the case of Dhannulal in 2015, the Honorable Supreme Court decided that couples in live-in relationships would be presumed legally married. That the Honorable Court in the said judgment also held that the woman in the relationship would also be eligible to inherit the property after the death of her partner. In the background of what has been discussed here, some of the important questions pertaining to the legal rights of the women in live-in relationship have been devised by me and answered here for the information of the viewers. Do the women in live-in relations have rights to claim maintenance under Section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure? That the Committee on Reforms of Criminal Justice System, headed by Dr. Justice V.S. Malimath, in its report of 2003 had recommended that the word wife in Section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure should be amended to include a woman who has been living with the man like his wife for a reasonably long period. It may be pointed out, though, that there is no amendment to the Code of Criminal Procedure brought about on these lines as of now. In terms of the ratio of the judgment in the case of Chand Munia in 2011, the Supreme Court recognized the fact of live-in relationship and held that a woman who is party to a live-in relation would have the status of a wife and should be awarded maintenance, and the partner could not avoid it on the ground that there was no valid marriage. The Honorable High Court of Punjab and Haryana, in a judgment passed in the case of Ajay Bhardwaj in 2017, reiterated and emphasized the ruling in the case of Chand Munia judgment by the Honorable Supreme Court. In the background of the foregoing discussion, therefore, the answer to the above question is in the affirmative. Yes, the women in live-in relations have a right to claim maintenance under section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. We now come to another crucial question, which is whether a woman in live-in relationship is entitled to the various relief under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005. And the answer to this question must begin with the reference to the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the case of D. Veluswamy. The Honorable Supreme Court of India examined the term relationship in the nature of marriage in the case of D. Veluswamy in 2011 and enumerated certain ingredients of a live-in relationship. And those ingredients are: the couple must hold themselves out to society as being akin to spouses. They must be of legal age to marry. They must be otherwise qualified to enter into a legal marriage, including being unmarried. They must have voluntarily cohabited and held themselves out to the world as being akin to spouses for a significant period of time. A three-judge bench of the Honorable Supreme Court of India in the case of Lalita Topo, pronounced in 2019, made an observation that the 2005 Act provides an efficacious remedy for maintenance even when the victim is not a legally wedded wife, and, in fact, under the provisions of the Domestic Violence Act of 2005, the victim, that is the estranged wife or live-in partner, would be entitled to more relief than what is contemplated under section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, that is, to a share household also. It was in the case of Indra Sarma in 2013, the Honorable Supreme Court went into examining the question whether a live-in relationship would amount to a relationship in the nature of marriage, falling within the definition of domestic relationship under section 2F of Domestic Violence Act, and whether the failure to maintain a woman involved in such a relation amounted to domestic violence within section 3 of the said Act. In view of the discussion today, therefore, it turns out that all live-in relationships are not entitled to benefits under the Domestic Violence Act, but only those that qualify as relationships in the nature of marriage. Another important point that would merit attention is that only stable and reasonably long period of relations between the couples are given the advantage of the Domestic Violence Act. It has thus become clear that a woman in live-in relation can seek relief under the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act of 2005, including for the relief of protection order, that is, the right to reside in the matrimonial home. In another video to be released soon, I shall continue my discussion on the subject of legal rights of a woman in a live-in relation, where I shall talk about the settled legal principles pertaining to the women's right to protection orders under the Domestic Violence Act, and also the status and legal rights of the children born out of a live-in relation, besides whether a woman in live-in relation can invoke section 498A of the IPC. Please subscribe to the channel to view upcoming discussions of similar nature, and please like, comment on and share this video so that others interested may have the benefit of the information.